Hello and welcome to a Sunday morning edition of Imperial Assault Streams with Brett. Today we have Vic versus Stefano. These guys are both European players. Interestingly, neither of them is running the very popular European IG-88 list. Instead, we have Vic is... I believe Vic is the Rebel list, but it's actually hard to tell. Let's check. Okay. Vic's actually running the Imperial list. So he's running 2 sets of elite riot troopers, both with cross training, which means they can roll white dice if they want. He's also running Agent Blaze. Oh, I just realized that my screen was a little messed up here. Let me fix that. Okay, just 1 second. All right. Okay, so Vic is running Blaze, 2 sets of riots, 2 sets of jets, 2 cross trainings, and 1 Imperial officer. So this is kind of a spy spin on a popular list we've seen recently. That popular list being 2 riots, 2 jets, Palpatine, and an officer. So he drops Palpatine and instead adds Blaze and 2 sets of cross training. So that's going to give him 3 spies, which lets him have access to intelligence leak, comms disruption, strategic shift, etc. He'll also be running plenty of trooper cards, Call the Vanguard. He'll be running Overrun, maybe Fuel Upgrade. He of course also has Zillow and Rule by Fear. So a very strong command card control deck he's running there. On the other side, another spy list it looks like. We have Han Solo, Hera, Elite, Rebels, Saboteurs, Mac, 3PO, another set of Rebel Sabs, one targeting computer on 1 set of the Sabs, 3PO, Gideon, and Rogue Smuggler. So this is a pretty interesting list. He does have the full care package. Han is really only his big attacker. And then he's got some spy flavor with 3 spies himself, so he's going to have access to comms disruption as well. Interestingly, Stefano chooses to focus up his Sabs, which they're 5-speed units on raining freight. They're probably going to be running a lot of objectives. So I'm surprised he didn't at least drop 1 focus on Han. The Sabs are going to be decent attackers with the targeting computer, but their range is pretty bad. They actually don't have a surge for accuracy, and they have, let me just zoom in on their card. They have built-in +3, and they roll red-yellow. So with a green, the maximum accuracy you can get is 3 on the green and 2 on the yellow for 8 total. But that's like a 1 in 32 chance to get 8. Usually you're going to be getting more like 6 when you're focused, and when you're not focused, more like 4. So their range is not great on raining freight. Meanwhile, Han has a surge for 2 accuracy. He rolls a blue die, uh, and so he has +2 on his surge. He can get 2 base from his blue, so he's at minimum going to hit 4 range. Usually, well, with 2 greens, that's at minimum 6 range if you're using a surge for accuracy. So if you focus him, he can easily hit 9 range shots. So, plus he gets a reroll. I think focus is really good on Han. But Stefano's going to see how his Sabs do instead, which is fine. They probably won't get attacks off till round 2. Hopefully they don't die before they attack. But he doesn't have to worry about end of the round shenanigans with Vader or Han or IG-88 having Blaze of Glory. So I guess he feels pretty comfortable against Vic's close range Riot Trooper, Jet Trooper list. He's going to try to win on objectives. You can see he's already taken 3 crates. So six victory points there. Yeah, these 5-speed Sabs are going to be really good objective runners on this map. You can see Vic played Intelligence Leak to get rid of collateral damage. We don't know what the other cards that Stefano has are. I guess technically both Stefano and Vic know all 3 of those cards since Intelligence Leak was played earlier. We could ask, but let's just assume that they're worse cards than collateral damage. I mean, collateral damage is a decent card, but it's not as good as I feel like higher priority take or Intelligence Leak cards would be let's see. Stefano's getting initiative. So, and maybe take initiative is not the highest priority Intelligence Leak card right now. But negation would be. Comms disruption is probably not in those 3 because Intelligence Leak probably would have gotten comms disrupted. Lock on is probably not one of those 3. So, not sure what is in those 3, but collateral damage is the one that gets leaked. We're going to see some attacks coming out from the Jets. Actually, a really good roll. Let's see if it has range. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. A great shot there. Wow. Max roll there. 6 range and 5 damage. That is very good. Yeah, you can't expect to do much better than that. That is the max. You can see Vic placed a Jet Trooper up here in this little nook. This is actually, if you're not super familiar with this map, this is a really good spot to tuck a Jet Trooper because you can come out, you have access to this objective, and you can come shoot something up here, especially with Jets who get the +2 movement points after they attack. So you could go 1, 2, 3, attack 3PO for instance, and you can move back 1, 2, 3. And from the top, no one has line of sight. It's impossible to get line of sight to this space. So very nifty little hiding spot there. Hera moves up to support the Sabs in the middle. Vic is still going to get some shots on this wounded Sab. He's going to get At least one more shot. I think just one more shot, unless he has urgency or something. It's going to be a long range shot. It was lucky, really. This is a really lucky roll here. This 5 damage and 6 range. Usually you're going to have to spend a surge for a range from that far away with a non-focused jet trooper. And, you know, a lot of the time the SAB will roll and evade, so that's not going to hit a lot. We'll see. He's got another chance to do it. I'd say with 1 health left from 6 range, I'd say he's probably got about a 70% chance to make that kill, because if the SAB doesn't roll an evade, he can spend a surge for accuracy, and if the SAB does roll an evade, he still could hit accuracy with just the die results. So there's a decent chance that he'll get that kill. Of course, the SAB could roll a dodge, or the jet could miss on accuracy, so couple options for saving that SAB there. Han's actually going to move up and protect the SAB. This is a pretty smart idea. I'm not sure if he had to move him up that far, to be honest. He could have held him back. Then the jets would not have as much accuracy when they were attacking him. These 2 jets actually could both get attacks on Han, but since he gets to return fire on one, and it's a long range, low percentage shot, maybe attacking Han is a mistake. And he's not going to bother. When you attack Han, you pretty much want to take big shots. Unless you're attacking him with something like a smuggler that you don't care about, you know, that could get that stun off. Or if you're attacking him with let's see, what else? Like a little junk droid or something, you know. But other than that, you want to be hitting him with like weak ways, especially. Rangers are decent. Like things that can get huge damage all at the same time, because you don't want him to return fire too much. Another problem with him moving his Han up that far is he has to activate his Han first next round to get back to 3PO, because 3PO can't get up there and focus and be within range of Han to get that distracting. So I think maybe back of space would have been better. There's really no reason for him to be up here, I don't think. Maybe, I think he would have had line of sight to this riot if he's back here. Okay, Mac is taking a shot. It's a very weak shot. Zillow's going to get tapped. He has surge for +1 and surge. In fact, he needs to surge for accuracy. That's going to be no damage, even without Zillow. Yep, no damage there. Alright, so crates are going to come out. Vic's going to pop crates next to Han here probably, or maybe even next to the SAB. I'm sure Stefano's going to have the crates pop up here. Because he has a lot of guys that can come get him. Very nice roll there by Han. Plenty of range. plenty of damage. 4, 5, 6, 7 damage against 2 blocks for 5. Very good. If he was focused, that might have gotten a kill. Again, these Sabs are not going to use their focus anytime soon, so you might. I feel like focusing Han is always a good idea. He's almost always going to get an attack off, either in round 1 or at the end of round 1. So it's not like you're saving those focuses for later. You need to get the focuses out and rolled as soon as you can. So, I mean, it was a very good roll from him, but there's a 5 and 6 chance that that green die would have done 2 more damage and killed that riot trooper. At least it would have forced Vic to throw a card away, which is fine. And set of trap is coming out as a start of round. That's crazy unusual. I actually have never seen anyone play set a trap before. But now Hada has some big tiles. For instance, this big tile right here, I think this is all one tile. So this will probably be the trap tile. But, I mean, set a trap is so easy to play around. And there's so many better zero cost cards, so. Interesting choice. We'll see how it works out. What's up, man? How's it going? Welcome to this stream. Got a couple good players watching today. Everybody prepared for Worlds? Yeah, it's coming off soon. It's a bit much. It'll be gone eventually. Alright, as predicted, Stefano's placing crates up here. I mean, these jets can get to them. Stefano's going to have to activate his red sabs first to get his focus shot off and deny these jets these crates. Vic actually chooses to place the crates by 3PO. I'm pretty sure that you can pick up crates through impassable terrain. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure you can do that. I'm planning on being at Worlds, but I haven't received an email yet from Fantasy Flight. Since I won Nationals, they are supposed to give me a free ticket, and I called them about it, and they said they'd send me something this week or last week, but I never got anything, so I'm a little bit worried about it. Yeah, I registered. And when I called them, they said I was on their list to receive something, but I still haven't. It makes me a little bit worried. So, I don't know. We'll see. Yeah, I haven't gotten an email yet. You know, let me just double check to make sure I haven't gotten anything, but I checked Friday, I think. Yeah, I haven't received anything. Unless it's in my garbage. Yeah, haven't received anything, so hopefully this week. All right, what did we miss here? Somebody's attacking somebody. This Sab is gonna go. something got take initiative got comms disrupted. Not sure why Vic is discarding looking for a fight. Oh, he's adding a block. So that roll does 5 damage, and it Pierce 2 is negated, so it's only 3 damage. And that extra block coming from looking for a fight. I'm actually surprised he added that because his riots could come up and get to Han with looking for a fight, so now these riots are out of place unless he has like urgency or something. Yeah, pretty disappointed with how FFG is handling the world's stuff. Yeah, it's sad, but that's okay. We'll all get there. I actually had a dream about Worlds last night. I had a dream that I showed up and I forgot to bring a list. I opened up my little plastic container that usually has my list, and it was just damage tokens in there. It was terrible. So again, Stefano dominating on objectives with 10 points. His 3PO actually, I think, can grab 2 objectives if he wants to. Yeah. Vic's jets are in pretty good shape. Sabs actually are not that good of attackers. Another mediocre roll coming out there. So this one at least is going to do 3 Pierce 2 plus 1, so 4 damage. But still nowhere near enough. That's actually a max roll. So he's going to choose to stun. And Vic's going to convert with Agile, so he can't both Pierce 2 and stun. So he could do 2 damage and stun. It's going to be 3 and a surge against a block and evade. So either 2 and stun or 3 total. So I would go with 2 and stun. We'll see what Stefano chooses to do. So it'll be 2 damage going through and the stun. Yeah, red yellow is pretty inconsistent, but even there with a max roll, you can see it's not that effective against jets. It does prevent this jet from getting an attack off, but he is gonna, let's see, he's actually only gonna be able to pick up 1 crate as well. So 1, 2, he can go 1, 2, 3, 4 back to his little nook. How do you know what list I'm running? I don't even know what list I'm running yet. I have no idea what I'm going to run, to be honest. I think for me it's probably going to be either Rebels or Mercs. I can't see myself running Imperials. I mean, the Riot Trooper Swarm's pretty good, but I really don't like playing it. I really don't like having 6 activations. And I don't like having to take so many hits before you get any in. And I think Nalhada is also a problem for that list. So, I don't know. I think I'll probably run Rebels or Mercs. What do you think I'm going to be running? Blaze is coming up to get a shot off. I'm actually surprised. Well, his jet was hoping to take a shot at 3PO earlier. I'm actually surprised that Blaze is taking this super long range shot. It's almost no chance of hitting. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 range. Blaze is not a super far range attacker. So he doesn't even get the intelligence leak off, actually, so pretty bad there. Interrogate, I mean, not intelligence leak. Han and something is, there's a lot you can do with Han and something. That's pretty much just saying I'm going to be running Rebels. I don't think there's a Rebel list I like that doesn't have Han in it. Maybe I'll figure something out with Luke and Drakata, but I don't think so. That shot would have done 2 damage against Han, but Vic really doesn't want to take any shots against Han. I don't know. I don't know what just happened there. Gideon. Oh, Gideon went. Gideon pushed up 3PO, which is actually kind of dangerous because the yellow jets, I guess, could actually come take shots at him. They really should try to kill Mac, though. And I think that is what they're going to do. Now that Mac has a focus, he's a priority target. Okay, they're not going to go for Mac. They're going to go for these Sabs. The Sabs actually are not bad targets either because they're the big 5-speed objective running units, so it's kind of important to take them out. Imperials don't have that many ways to deal with white die units. And Stefano's running a ton of white dies. Now, if you're running mercenaries, you have a ton of ways to deal with white dies. You have weak ways to force the reroll. You're always going to be running tough luck. You're probably going to be running heightened reflexes, so Imperials aren't running any of those things. It's sometimes tough luck, but yeah, they're kind of vulnerable to the dodge compared to mercenaries. So I was running Vader Riots for a while. That list is actually a lot of fun. If I ran Imperials, that would be the list I would run. There's just so many cards that Vader can use in combination to do like this crazy killing spree at the beginning of round 2. That's my kind of style, but I'm not. It's kind of vulnerable to a couple things. All right, thanks for watching, Keijo. See you later. Huge roll there from the jet. It's a lucky that I guess that was against Mac because Mac is gone. So I look away for 1 second and Mac dies. So that focus is wasted. 3PO comes up to focus Han, I think. Or maybe he'll focus a Sab. Okay, he's going to focus a Sab. He does have some pretty decent blast targets here. But yeah, he's going to want to try to come shoot this middle jet and blast. They only have blast 1 now, I believe. They used to have blast 2, and you could do it up to twice. Now it's just blast 1. And the jets can convert with agile, so unless he's got like element of surprise, it's kind of a a risky play. Even with Element of Surprise, Vic can toss. Uh-oh. Grenadier coming out here from Vic. And he is targeting that middle Sab, which is going to do 5 targets. 2 damage to each. Finishing off the wounded Sab, that's a huge grenade. Ouch. Oh, that is rough. Again, Han should have been the focus of that attack. Or the target of C-3PO's focus. And honestly, Stefano should have activated his Sabs earlier, maybe before Vic had a chance to attack them with the 5, the one with 5 health or 5 damage. He could have double moved 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then still had 2 movement points left. This jet can't get an attack off this turn, so he could have been like here or something, and he would have scored 4 more points. That might have been better. Instead, he loses a Sab. The score swings to 10-7 in favor of Stefano still, but again, once you start winning on kills, those objective points will start catching up as well. So Jets actually are also really good at running objectives on this map. Hera's going to take a long range shot. She doesn't have super good range, but sometimes she can get okay range. She does not have a surge for accuracy. She rolls blue, green, yellow, so her max is pretty far, but her minimum is also 3. Her average is probably around 5. That's a 5 range shot. That should get the kill. So just enough range. So that would be Zillow is tapped, so that's 2 Pierce 2. So it doesn't matter if Vic adds a block, that won't matter. He does have a block token that he spent, but again, that's enough. They only have 7 health, so should be plenty to kill him. If he has reinforcements, that's really bad news for Stefano, because the other one's just going to reinforce over here, and it's going to be bad times for that Sab over there. But it is good that he's on the board with a kill. You don't want to be on the board with just objectives. He does still have to watch out for overrun. He is keeping his guys in a box, which is usually okay, but overrun it would kill 3PO and of course deal 6 damage on top of that. So he's got to watch out for that. An overrun would also be able to kill the Sab at the top and damage Gideon. Yeah, I played PUBG for a while. It's a pretty decent game. I haven't played it in a bit. I don't know what objectives are. Vic still has his red riots, which are activating now, and he also has his red jets. The red riots are going to come weaken Han. Or maybe they are going to come attack 3PO. One, two, three, four. So he's going to come element of surprise attack 3PO, which guarantees a kill. Yep. And 3PO will die. So again, if he had Han back a space, he could have 3PO back a space, so 3PO would still be alive. It would just be a much better defensive position, but instead, he decided to move Han up to that one spot up, which allows Vic to get extra attacks off on him. He's going to be weakened now unless he dodges. So that's 2 damage, a strain, and weaken. That's pretty good against Han, to be honest. Sorry, that's only 1 damage, a strain, and weaken, because Han gets an extra block. So this will be actually 2. So that reroll gets him an extra damage. Two and weaken, and a strain. The return fire is going to be -1 surge, +1 block. Have you tried that other PUBG type game that's more like cartoony where you have to build stuff? Forget what it's called, but I heard that's pretty good. The strain is targeting network, another unusual card. Vic does leave some stuff in the set a trap radius, so Han is going to get a couple of end of round attacks off. He might be able to finish off this full set of so that's 4 blocks against 5 damage, so that's only going to be 1 damage. Han's going to get a he's going to get 2 more attacks against that riot trooper, plus 2 against the other one. He should add a surge there with Hera. That would make it 3. So that would make it a much higher probability of killing both. He chooses not to do that, but I think that was the spot to add a surge. He also does get an attack off with a focused sab, so pretty good chance to kill both. Terminal network was a strain. Stefano is running some unusual cards in his deck. Terminal network and set a trap are very unusual. Smuggled supplies is coming out. Not sure which ability he's going to use for that. Probably the recover 2, because he's only going to take one more attack this round. Uh, yeah, I'm not sure what she should do. I think recover 2 is probably his best bet, but the weakness goes away at the end of his activation. He is going to take another attack from a jet trooper, so that evade token could come in handy, although the jet could also just go for the sab. So I think if he adds an evade, that could just be wasted. I think with the +1 evade, the jet will just go for the sab. He probably should have just healed too. So he says +1 impulse, and then he takes 2 damage off. He's going to use stimulants to become focused. And then he's probably going to attack the wounded riot that doesn't have a block token, I would assume. Both players only with 1 card left. -1 surge here. +1 block. And a focus, so 3 greens and a blue with a reroll. And of course Hera there to support. Very nice roll. That's 7 damage against 2 blocks for 5. If Hera adds a surge, that'll be a kill. So she absolutely should add a surge. I think he miscalculated the damage there. I don't know what an impulse is. I think he's reading smuggled supplies wrong. It says recover 2, comma, apply 1 surge, comma, or apply 1 evade. It's not recover 2, period, and then apply 1 surge or 1 evade. You have to choose one of the 3 options. So he recovered 2 and added a surge, which is not how that card works. So a little bit of rules um, mismatch here. Stefano's going to have to reevaluate how he uses smuggled supplies. I mean, if it let you recover two and add an evade or a surge, that would just be broken. That would be like Heart of Freedom, but for one instead of two. So Han adds the damage back on, but the Riot Trooper does come off the board. Han does lose his weakened, and Hera does expend her Call the Shots. So between the Sab and three end of round attacks with Han, sorry, two end of round attacks with Han, um, this Riot should be dead, and this Jet should, if he doesn't retreat, he'll die too. An extra block there for Han, so that's going to be 3 damage. So the Jet does retreat to safety. So Han does get 2 end of round attacks. That's probably enough to kill the Riot. And this Sab should probably go attack something else. He can't really get anywhere useful. He could go attack Blaze. Blaze has 8 health. So 6 remaining. Pretty unlikely that he'll do 6 damage, but he could try. R2 still has to go, so he could draw an extra card first, which would be useful. No reason to rush his Sabs in without that extra card from R2. So that is what he does. Just the officer left for Vic. He technically could come get a shot on this Sab, but I'm not exactly sure what he wants to do. Yeah, I like the spy flavor in there. Blaze is a good figure. I'm surprised he doesn't get more play. People do overestimate his range, I've found lately. I'm not sure exactly why. I do like the cross-training on the Riots. I think the cross-training's a lot worse on Jets. Han is going to get a set of trap attack off at the end of the round on a Riot. He's also going to get his regular end of round attack, so this Sab really doesn't need to attack this Riot. But I'm not sure what else he can do. He can go try for Blaze, or he can try for this Jet. If he does try for Blaze, the yellow Jets are probably going to take out 2 Sabs with the first activation next round. So that's not very good. He could go over here and attack a Jet. That would be a little safer, I think. Or maybe he could go try for this Jet. That's actually enough range, because I think they have Surge for +2 accuracy. So that's 2 damage and a Surge right now. And the roll from Han. Okay, man. Have a safe flight. Where are you going? Anywhere exciting? Sounds good. I'll put it up after I'm done. Cool, cool. So unless Han rolls a dodge here, it's going to be at least 1 damage. So Stefano taking a little bit of time to return fire here. Or not return, to roll his defense. Not sure why he's taking so long. There we go. So it's going to be 1 damage. Not bad for an officer attacking from 4 range, to be honest. So let's see, where can this Sab go? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He can get to here and attack the officer or attack the jet. I think both of those are pretty good options. I think. Excuse me. I think he's got to hope that Han kills this riot with those 2 end of round attacks. I think he should probably go for something else with the Sab, because if he attacks the riot with the Sab, one of Han's end of round attacks is definitely going to be wasted. So he's actually just going to pick up the crates. Okay, he doesn't have... Oh, he does have line of sight. The jet didn't tuck into the corner this time. So he's going to go for a safer play. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 range, so he does hit it automatically with the focus. And a max roll against an evade. Oh, man. Not a max roll. He missed 1 on the red, but still enough to finish off the jet. And Vic can't even discard to respond. So, very nice play there by Stefano. That should really help. This Sab's going to be able to pick these crates up next round. This Sab's in trouble, to be honest. 2 riots are probably going to get attacks on him, because I'm sure reinforcements is going to come out. Han kind of needs to retreat. He only has 4 health left. We have not seen On the Lamb yet, so it's possible that Stefano still has it in his deck. Honestly, judging from the rest of the command cards he's played, nothing would surprise me about his deck. It's a very unusual deck. Alright, so that should be the end of the round. And now 2 end of a round attacks from Han. Oh, oh, oh. One of those screens going to get re-rolled. Okay, so not so bad, but pretty bad. 5 against 2 for 3 damage. It still might be enough. But Vic does have some cards to toss now. Alright, so Han's got to do 3 more damage with his next shot. I mean, that's a pretty high percentage. But Vic can toss cards. He's definitely holding... I would think he's holding on to reinforcements, so that card's not going to get tossed. And if he's holding on to negation, that card's not going to get tossed either. So, Overrun wouldn't get tossed. So there's a couple cards he would absolutely not toss. This 0 cost set a trap is actually going to end up doing a lot of damage. So set a trap actually comes in handy. A nice roll there. 4 damage. That's going to do the kill. So Vic would have had to discard 2 cards to save that guy, 1 on the first attack and 1 on the second. And I don't think he had 2 cards that he was willing to get rid of. So he does lose the Riot Trooper there. And it helps that Han had a max roll there. So he's killed 6, 10. I think Stefano's been calculating his points wrong, unless he subtracted points somehow, which I don't think he did. Vic is starting to lose a little bit of control now. He doesn't have reinforcements, it doesn't look like. He does play fuel upgrade, which is really good on this map because you can use those extra movement points to pick up crates. And he's going to be able to get an attack off with against Han. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. So he's going to be able to get 2 attacks on Han. Blaze's ability to hide troops when your opponent plays command cards is probably the most overlooked ability in the game. It's just, it always gets forgotten about. I forget about it all the time. Vic should have initiative now. Somehow Stefano got initiative back. Maybe he, oh, I guess he played take initiative and Vic didn't have comms disrupt. 4. And only 3 damage there against that Jets, and not quite enough. But he is going to be able to pick up some crates, luckily. So not a wasted activation there for that Sab. He should move to the left 1 space in case Vic is holding overrun. That would make it a little bit harder for him to hit all of his figures. Let me check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, he's got plenty of movement points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So actually, it doesn't matter. He could hit a bunch of stuff anyway. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other Sab is going to be able to run away, but... So yeah, he is going to be able to get away. Zillow comes out, so 3 pierce 2 ends up being just 1 damage. He should have probably stunned him instead of pierce 2. He doesn't have anyone else that can pierce. Do anyone of you guys know, can you pick up crates through impassable terrain? I honestly don't know. I thought you could, but I wasn't sure. Okay, here comes some attacks against Han. Maybe a bad idea not to activate Han right off the bat there. Oh, he's going for the Sab instead. Han's sitting there with 4 health left. Maybe he's worried about on the lamb, but still. That's going to be enough to get the kill if he doesn't roll a block. But he does, so 3 damage, not enough to get the kill. Um, and now his other jet has to make a choice. I honestly don't know why he didn't go for... I guess he was afraid of the return fire shot, maybe, or... Oh, and Stealth Tactics comes out to add another white die. You know, I might have just let that Sab go and saved Stealth Tactics for Han. It's much better on Han since he gets that extra evade. It does save the Sab, but I'm not sure if it's worth it. The Sab is only going to be used to pick up crates and then run away, I think. I guess technically the Sab can pick up crates and take a shot at the jet. Plus it's going to be able to get focused. So actually, Stefano's in really good shape. Gideon could actually order the Rebel Sab to pick up a crate with 2 movement points. That would actually work. Yeah, I think Han needs to retreat because if he's not holding on the lamb, he's gonna die. Um, Han could move up too and get a shot against the jet, and Hera can add something, but he's not activating Han yet, so let's assume that he's holding on the lamb. Stefano, a little bit new to the game, is not quite familiar with his own cards, I think. So R2 is going to get tapped from take initiative there. Hera's moving up. She's probably going to pick up a crate and run away. But, man, this leaves Han awfully exposed. Hopefully he has, like... I think he's not... He's either making a mistake leaving Han hanging out here, or he's holding on the lamb. I'm not sure which one it is. Vic probably should have tried to kill Han with his jets, though. And I don't know why he puts Hera into this little nook, because she would be much safer where she was, and he had plenty of movement points left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. She could have gotten back here easily, so not sure why he puts her here instead. This is actually a much more vulnerable spot. This jet could just move up for an attacker. And actually Blaze can also get an attack against her, so really bad positioning there from Hera. So the jet does go for Han finally. This could have been the 3rd attack against him. And this could absolutely deal enough damage to kill him. But unless Han rolls a blank, it's not going to. And it actually does 0 damage. Pretty bad whiff there from the jet. And now a return fire shot. So that's going to be 5 damage. So things are kind of falling apart here for Vic. I think at this point the game is pretty much over. Why would he reroll? There's +1 evade from flyby. That's a max roll. There's no need to reroll. It's possible Vic's holding on to tough luck, hoping for a reroll, but it's not happening. This jet in major trouble now. And really Blaze the only option left to kill Han. And again, Han still could have on the lamb, so no guarantees. Vic is going to get initiative for sure next round, but I think it's too little too late. Stefano is about to get 4 more points from crates. All he needs to do to win is kill Blaze or 2 jets, and he could absolutely do either. So Gideon is going to focus up. He could focus Han, or he could focus this Sab. And a focused Han, the Sab only has to do 1 damage to this jet. Han only has to do 2 to this jet, so I think at this point, Stefano's got this wrapped up. Han should just sacrifice himself right now, honestly, and kill this jet. It doesn't matter if he dies, and then all he needs to win is to get 1 damage against the... Okay, so actually, he doesn't even need to... He's just going to attack this jet with Gideon. Decent defense. He can actually save the jet by tossing a card. Vic decides to toss planning to save him. But it's not going to matter because that elite Sab is going to come finish him off for sure. Zillow has been tapped. Alright, let's see what Blaze can do. Blaze should probably try to kill this Sab here. And fully commit, but he's going to go for Han. He does need to kill Han also, so... Ugh. Okay, not so bad, but... He doesn't have range. Does he have a surge for accuracy? You think he does. So he's going to have to surge for accuracy. And there it is, On the Lamb does come out. Wow. That's going to be the game. I don't think that Vic can recover. That is going to be the end of it. Yep. Unless his last card is a card that gives the Riot 2 movement points, in which case he could move his officer up, push the Riot down to use like urgency or looking for a fight 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and kill Han that way. but still all he needs is to pick up these 2 crates and attack a jet. And then pick up 2 crates next round or finish off this other wounded jet. He probably should have just moved Han back like to here and then gotten 2 attacks off on the jet. That would have been a guaranteed win right there. But 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to get 2 attacks off on Blaze. I don't think there's any way for Vic to win the game at this point. Han's going to come up. 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to take a shot against Blaze. Honestly, this all doesn't matter. This all he really needs to do is kill this jet. Nice defensive roll. Mediocre attack. It's okay. 6 against 3 for 3 damage. And Vic's last card, Espionage Master, comes out. He couldn't use Espionage Master before because he didn't have another card to discard. So, unfortunate there. He's calling for end of round, but I'm pretty sure that this Sab has not activated yet. Did he? Did this guy activate and I missed it? I'm not sure. Maybe he did. I don't remember. That could possibly save Vic, actually. I really thought this guy still had to go, so Vic's going to be able to get his yellow jets and activation here. And he's going to be able to maybe finish off Han. Okay. 4, 5, 6, 7 against 2 is 5. Wait. 4, 5, 6, 7 against 2 is 5, I think. It's enough to kill him. But still, if the yellow troops can finish off Han, end this focused saboteur, then the game's not over. In fact, if he has overrun, he could kill both Sabs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, if he has overrun, he can do a lot of work. Alright, so this could be a big swing here. Finally, Vic gets initiative. He does have 2 cards to work with. One could be Grenadier, one could be Overrun. Actually, Grenadier already came out, so just Overrun maybe, but Overrun would be a huge, huge play. Ooh, and Reinforcements coming out, although I don't think it matters that much. These guys are kind of separated from the rest of the map. Only 4 points left for Stefano to win. So this red jet and this yellow jet need to both survive. Maybe he has Squad Swarm. That would be huge as well, actually. So both his cards are gone. So he doesn't have Overrun or Squad Swarm, but he is going to use Call the Vanguard. Oh, and plenty of damage to kill Han. Hope is not yet lost. Alright, with that call the Vanguard, he can now kill both Sabs and retreat with this damaged jet, maybe. That's a big point swing. Puts him at 21. He has to keep both jets alive. Oh, wow, rough. A very rough roll there. He needed 2 blocks to save Han, but he doesn't get them. Again, another interesting card there. Hard to hit, not often played. All right, Vic absolutely has to get some work done with these yellow jets. The problem is he doesn't have any cards to discard with Zillow, and he's got to be worried about Gideon getting an attack off. He does finish off a Sab. He's going to have to finish off another one. So that's 4 more points, putting him at 29. If he kills the other one, so he picks up a crate, puts him at 31. Another kill would put him at 35. He's going to make it close, but I think he still doesn't have what it takes to win. This jet is now just totally exposed to either Hera or Gideon, so I think he cannot save this jet now. He really needed to tuck that jet back here and somehow protect it with his other yellow. I'm not sure if he had enough movement points to do that though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He actually did, but he decides to pick up a crate instead. I mean, he can't let Vic pick up these crates, that's for sure. But okay, so he gets the other one, but now I think it's game over because this jet is just going to take some attacks from Gideon. And he probably should have moved the jet here because Hera is better attacker. 1, 2, 3, 4. So if he put the jet here, Hera wouldn't have gotten an attack. So that's going to do it. It's possible that Gideon could whiff, to be honest, but anyway. Alright, well, that's going to do it for the cast. Vic did make a nice little comeback there, but not quite enough. He didn't quite get the cards he needed in time, so anyway, thanks again for watching. This has been a Sunday morning edition of the Imperial Assault stream. I will catch you guys next time.